start off for that little bit of practice, you can. We're just going to get some breath work, a little bit of a stretch before we move into standing. And then most of the class, we will be standing. And then a little bit of the second portion of the class will come back onto the chair or the mat. So completely up to you. Grab the things that you'll feel you need for your practice this morning, but lots of standing, balancing strength work with our legs to the upper body. But I feel we just need a little bit of a standing class today. And yeah, let's get started. Find a place where you'd like to land and like to begin your practice in, and then start to come into your space, into your breath. Whether you have your legs crossed, feet flat onto the ground, wherever it is, find that length in the spine. Sit up nice and tall. Belly draw slightly in towards the spine. Lift out of the hips. Shoulders relax. Head between the shoulders, finding that space in the front and back part of the neck. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just a soft gaze forward to or the tip of your nose. Good. And let's just start with our breath, noticing how your breath feels this morning, the many, many, many thoughts that may be conquering up into your mind right now. See if you can just acknowledge the thoughts and then allow them one by one to release, drift off, and come down to your yoga right now. Maybe some sighs out, a little release, getting a little heavier into the body. And as always, the best that you can, trying to breathe in through the nose. Filling up both lungs, feeling a little lighter into the upper body. Exhale all the way out. Out through the nose or out through the mouth. You decide what's more comfortable for you. Let's take 5 breaths just like that in your seated position. And always taking a scan of your body, of how it is feeling, the muscles, any stiffness, noticing any stiffness in the body this morning. Yeah, let's take one more. In through the nose, fill up the lungs, and then an exhale all the way out. I'm just noticing how you are feeling, how your body's feeling after just taking that moment to just even take a few breaths in and out in this long spine, in the seated position, and just starting to feel this calmness in your body. Good. Now start to awaken your body. Wiggle up the fingers, a little bit into the feet, a little shake in the legs. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Come back into your space. Feel your sit bones down towards where you're seated. Good. Lengthen through the spine. And let's start to move right into the neck. So we're going to just do a couple things on the chair, and then we're going to move right into standing. Let's just tilt our head forward, chin down towards the chest. Feel the stretch in the back part of the neck. Just take a second here, let go, start to feel the shoulders round, roll forward. And then let's start to circle it around the neck. Just a couple rounds here. Be mindful, moving slow. See how everything feels around the sides of your neck, the front part, the back part of your neck. Movement with breath. Good. Switch sides when you're ready, moving the other direction a few times here. Good. Just finishing off your round here, and then starting to bring your head back to center. Head back between the shoulders, and let's get right into our shoulders for a bit there too. Let's bring our shoulders all the way up, and just notice if it's the anything's creeping up to the biceps here and the triceps here as well. Exhale, relax them back down. Inhale to roll them all the way, squeeze them up to your ears. Exhale, relax. Couple more times. And then just bring your shoulders back to center. Very nice. Now let's take our shoulders and hunch them forward a bit. Good. Just squeeze them so that the space in your chest is congested there. Good. And then start to open up your shoulders back. Good. And then starting to feel the opening across the chest. Good. Roll them back forward, squeeze them together, and then exhale, open them back and see how that feels. Breathe in to roll them forward. Exhale, roll them back. Inhale, and just notice again, as you can see, my arms are moving alongside with it. And just how do your arms feel this morning? Noticing all the things happening, taking it all in, all the sensations. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Good. Come back to center. Arms back alongside you. Maybe even roll the shoulders back, open the chest, lift up a little bit there. And then just wiggle it out, shake. A little movement here. Breathe. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to come right up to standing. So we had some movement into the body. Now we're going to move up onto our feet. Now you can have the chair right in front of you for a little support. If you feel you're okay without a chair, you can move away from you, move your chair away from the space itself, and just come onto your mat, onto the ground, and just start to find this nice tall spine. Lengthen now. Stand in your mountain pose, shoulders back, arms alongside you, or hands onto the chair. Up to you. It's always nice to have that chair in front of you or somewhere close so you can grab it at any time. Also, grab for your blocks or anything like that, ottoman, to support you as well through your practice as we're standing. So, feeling your feet flat down onto the mat, the ground, and finding a comfortable space between the feet. Good. Now we're just going to stand in our mountain pose, nice and strong for a couple breaths as you feel the length in your spine. Feel how strong your body is, the legs, the joints, the feet pressing down towards the ground, the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Fire up those fingertips alongside you. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Really nice, everybody. Let's take our arms all the way up. Right away, we're going to bring our arms up. I'm just going to move. I'm going to be moving from side to side just to give you a little more perspective on what we're doing. But we're going to take a nice side body stretch. We're going to grab for our left wrist with our right hand, and we're just going to just bend over to the right. Yes, this is something that we always do in our practice, a nice little side stretch. A little bend into the knees, soften the knees there as you take your side stretch. Breathe. Good. So the left palm is facing towards the ground as you stretch over. Now take an inhale and let's come all the way back up, long spine. Grab for your right wrist or right arm with your left hand and then side bend to the left. And take another breath here. Good. Let's come all the way back to center. Reset. And let's try one more time on each side. Grab for your right wrist and then swing it over to the right. All right, come back to center. Grab for your left wrist. Last time over to the left. Listen for your breath. Feel the flow in your inhale and exhale. Very nice, everybody. Now let's take it all the way back to center. Release your arms, shoulders back into your mountain pose. Good. Take a breath in. Full breath out. Great job. Now we're going to bring some more movement into our arms, but this time we're going to bring our arms forward. Good. Stretch the hands forward, fingertips to the front of the room. Now you're going to swing the right arm back behind you. Yeah. So that the fingertips are as far back as you can reach them. Good. Bring your right arm back forward. Exhale, bring the left arm back. Good. Keep both fingers fired up to the front of the room and the back of the room. Good. Swing that left arm back. Right arm goes back now. Exhale all the way back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, left arm back. Good. And just keep this movement going. Your breath, your pace. Breathe. Right arm back. Right arm back to center. Left arm back. Left arm back to center. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Strong arm. Active in your breath. Belly draws in gently towards the spine. Good. Let's do about 2 more times on each side. Coming down to your last one. And then slowly relax. Arms back along center, shoulders roll back. Find that lift, open up the chest. Collarbones are expanded out right through the front body. Big exhale, ground down into your feet. Nice. Very good, everybody. Now let's keep with the arms. A little bit more work into the arms there. We're gonna bring our arms, sweep them all the way up towards the sky. Fingertips up towards the sky. And then we're gonna start to bring a little cactus pose here. We're gonna bend up at the elbows and send our palms forward. Good. So elbows are bent, shoulders back, palms press forward. Now take your next breath in and let's start to bring our arms all the way back up. And I apologize if I keep walking back and forth, just making sure that you can see me. On your exhale, send it back to a cactus pose. Good. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus pose. Bend up at the elbows and feel the strength of your arms. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach, fingertips up. Relax the shoulders here. Exhale, your cactus pose. Inhale, lengthen through the sides of the body. Exhale. Breathe. Feel your breath. And it doesn't have to be in sync with mine. Maybe you like to stay in your cactus a little longer. Feel the biceps and the triceps, your palms, shoulders back. Yeah, let's find 3 more times. Good. And know that you can always take a break in any of the exercises we're doing, any of the poses we're standing in. Please take your time in it. Rest when you need. Good. One last one to go. And then start to come back into your cactus pose. Hold it there. One breath in. Shoulders back, palms press forward. Get strong in the arms. On your next exhale, release. Arms back alongside you, shoulders relax. Wiggle up into the fingers. Breathe in. Breath out. Really nice work, everybody. Now let's take a little sun salutation. We're going to take our arms all the way up and reach them up. Your pace, your breath. Exhale, we're going to forward fold over our legs. Good. Now you know your sun salutation. Inhale to lift halfway, pressing into the legs. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, back down to the toes. Relax the body. Good. Press into your feet. Rise all the way up, sweeping the arms up over top. Maybe the palms press together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Stand up nice and tall. Exhale, relax. Shoulders back. Good. We're going to try that one more time. Take your time. Move with your breath. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale. Dive forward all the way down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Press your legs. Find that flat back. Exhale. Right down back to the toes. And press into your feet. Rise all the way back up. Sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Exhale out. Relax the arms, shoulders back into your mountain pose. Lift out of the hips. Ground down into your feet. Great job, everybody. Now let's move into chair pose. You can have the hands on the chair in front of you. You can have your hands onto your hips. Bring your feet about hip distance, maybe a little wider if you need more space. Sit your hips down and back. Bend into your knees. Make sure that everything feels good in your knees there. And then keep your hands where they feel the best for you. Lengthen through the spine. Belly draws in, and then start to feel your sit bones come down a little bit, coming down into your imaginary chair. Good. Full breath in, and just watch that the toes are, the knees are pointing towards the toes. They're not splaying out. They're not coming inward. Good. We're going to fire up the muscles in our quadriceps. Breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're going to stay for one more. Please come out if it is too intense for you. Good. On your next inhale, start to rise back up to standing, nice and tall, shoulders back over the hips, arms back alongside you or on the chair. Take a breath in, belly pulls back in gently towards the spine. Exhale, release. Good. We're going to try the chair pose again, but we're going to add a little twist to each side. So same thing here. Hands onto the hips, hands onto the chair. Send those hips down and back. Good. Bend into the knees. Make sure everything's feeling okay in your body before you move on. And then start to find that length in the spine. Lift our hips so we're not dumping any weight into the low back. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath here. And then on your exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Now, maybe hand on the chair, left hand on the chair, right hand on the low back. Or if you don't have the chair around you, you can bring your right hand on your left hand on the right leg, right hand behind you. Good. Now let's come back to center. Try the other side. Twist over to the left. Right hand on the left leg, left hand behind you, or right hand onto the chair. Good. Take that breath in, root down into your feet. And then come all the way back to center, hands onto the chair or your hips, and come right back up to standing. Relax your arms, shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale. Long breath out. Very nice work, everybody. Okay, now we are going to move a little further into our legs there now. We're going to work into a warrior one. Hands onto your hips or hands onto the chair. Step your right foot back behind you. Good. Now let's start to bring this little lunge into the left knee, right up to the hip flexor. Hips are forward, facing towards the front of your room. Good. Now hands can always stay on the chair here, or maybe bring them onto your hips. Keep them on the hips, or if you're feeling okay, you're feeling sturdy today, arms up high. Just making sure everything in your legs feel good. Maybe you like to move your right leg back a little bit, and that's completely fine. Shoulders down, arms strong wherever they are. Good. Breathe right here in your warrior one. Now you can always stay here in your warrior one with your hands, um, arms up, hands onto the hips or hands in front of you, or you can bring in a little bit of movement. Now, earlier in the practice, we did a little bit of cactus pose with our arms. We're gonna do the same thing in our warrior one. We're gonna take the bend out of your left knee. Arms are gonna stay up. On your exhale, you're going to lunge back into your knee and then bring it into a cactus pose. Good. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus pose. Great job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus pose. Good. So we're just moving our arms, straightening them up with the left knee. And then we're going to lunge, bend into the elbows. Breathe in, breath out. Now, if you want to take the arms out, you just want to move the legs, you can bring the hands onto the hips or the chair and just lunge. Inhale to strain the leg. Exhale to lunge. So either one. Lots of options here. Choose the one that works for you. Take those breaths in. Exhale. Good. 2 more times. Your last round right here. And then pull it all the way back into a lunge, cactus arms. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Hands onto your hips. Good. Now press into that foot, maybe hands on chair as you bring that right foot back to center. Really nice, everybody. Let's try the same thing on the other side. We're going to bring our hands to a comfortable place for ourselves, and then we're going to step the left foot back this time. Warrior one on the other side. Start to bring a little bit of a bend to that right knee. Left toes are turned out just slightly. Press into that left heel. Good. Bring a little more lunge into that right knee, right up to the hip flexor here. Hips are forward, belly in, low ribs tuck in, and then arms may come up if you choose to. Good. We're going to stay for a couple of breaths here. As you settle down into your hips, lift out from your upper body to just keep the weight out of your low back. Get strong in your legs. Feel your feet press down towards the ground. Good. Now, if you'd like to come into some movement, you can always stay here if this is where it feels good. But if you do want to come into some movement, we're gonna move move right now. We're gonna strain everything up, strain that right leg. Exhale, dive right into your cactus pose. Inhale to reach. Straight leg. Exhale, lunge. Bend into the elbows. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, lunge. Keep it going. Your breath, your pace. Take it nice and slow. Make sure everything feels good in the joints. And always the option to bring your hands onto the hips whenever the arms are feeling maybe even just a little bit tired. Rest for a bit first. Get it just into the lunge here. Good. Let's find 3 more times here. You've got this. Great job, everybody. Your last round coming up. And then stay right into your cactus pose. Lunge into that front knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Hands back onto the hips. Press into that right foot. Maybe hands back onto the chair. And then bring that left foot. Hop it a few times up to the front of the mat. Relax your arms, shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale, standing up nice and tall. Beautiful. All right, let's take a little stretch into the legs there. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. Hands onto the hips or the chair. Step your right foot back, just a small step, just so that the both heels are flat onto the ground. Turn the right toes out just slightly, hips forward, and then we're gonna hinge at the hips, keeping those hands on the hips if you choose to. Maybe hinging this far with a long spine, belly draws in. Maybe coming down to arms on the chair. And if you do have your blocks, you can bring your blocks right under your hands here. And for some, maybe we come all the way down to the floor. Good. Keep both legs strong, active. Left hip's going to draw back just a bit more as you bring the right hip forward. Good. Breathe right here. And take one more breath here. Exhale. Great. Let's start to bring our hands back onto the hips or the chair and rise all the way up, long spine coming up. Good. Now press into that left foot, bend into that left knee, and then place that right foot back beside the left. Stand up tall, back into your mountain pose. Take a second here. And when you're ready, let's try the other side. Hands back onto the hips or the chair. Step your left foot back behind you. Turn the left toes out just slightly, hips forward. And then when you're ready, you're going to hinge and fold. Maybe settling the hands onto the chair, maybe coming down to your blocks if it's available to you. Breathe. Belly pulls in gently towards the spine so that you can find that long spine, flat back. And maybe you bring it a little further down with that long spine, down to your fingertips. All right, let's find a couple of breaths here. Very nice, everybody. Let's start to bring our hands back onto the hips or the chair. Rise back up with a nice long back. Good. Press into that right foot, bend into the right knee, and then just start to slowly bring that left foot back alongside your right. Relax your arms, shoulders back. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Really nice, everybody. Now let's move all the props, the blocks out of the way. We're gonna bring the chair a little closer to us. We're gonna use it for a little balancing now. Great. So we're gonna start off with just hands on the chair. And if you're feeling good, you can always settle the hands onto the hips too. But we're just gonna bring a little more weight, start to shift the weight to your left foot. And we're gonna bring our right foot up just a little bit here. Good, just to hover. We're just gonna bend into the knee, draw the knee up towards us as high as you can. Maybe it comes up to about 90 degrees. Maybe it stays a little lower. Doesn't matter. As long as you bring the leg up in some way, even if it's just hovering an inch off the mat there. Good, now breathe right here. In through the nose. Now, maybe you start to take one hand off and place it onto your hip. Maybe it's the left hand because it's opposite to the leg that's lifted. Maybe we'll bounce it out. Good. Belly draws in. Breathe into the space in front of you. Press into that left foot. Maybe even get a little lighter into that left hand on the chair. Maybe you take it off completely just for a second, and you can always bring it back onto the chair, but challenge yourself in your balance today. Maybe that right knee comes up a little higher, feeling that little stretch into the right quadricep muscle. Take one more breath here. Exhale, slowly relax that right foot down. Beautiful. Let's just walk our feet out a little step. into both feet, legs, a little movement. Very good. Let's do the other side now. I'm gonna just move my chairs so that you can see me. And then same thing here. We're gonna press into our right foot this time. Ground it down, shift the weight there, get a little lighter into the left foot, hands onto the chair, hands onto the hips if you like to try it that way first, and then start to lift the left foot up as high as you can. And you can always start very small and then start to bring a little more weight into it. Good, maybe that right hand starts to go on the hip. Maybe you bring that left knee up a little higher. Maybe you start to take off that left hand. Belly draws in, lift out of the hips. Keep breathing. Maybe both hands on the hips. Flexing those left toes towards you. Hands can always come back onto the chair. But it's good to challenge yourself, test out your balance for today. Balance is something we should always work on because we're always balancing in our body in our daily lives. So to work on this strength in our body, working on our core strength is really important. Good, breathe in through the nose. And on your next exhale, send that left foot all the way back to the ground. Relax your arms, shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale. Really nice. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're not going to hold it for long. So we are going to keep our hands onto our chair and we're going to bring our right leg up. Good. And then we're going to bring our left leg up. And then we're going to bring our right leg up. And then we're going to bring our left leg up. Good. Keep doing this. Bring the leg up, activating the leg. Belly draws in. Now maybe you start to bring your hands onto your hips. And see if you can hold your leg up a little longer. Lengthen the spine. Belly draws in. Keep breathing. Breathe into the space in front of you. Maybe hold it a little longer for an extra breath. And then move on to the other side. So good, everybody. Whichever way you decide to go, maybe one hand on the chair as you're doing this. Come all the way back to center and then relax both feet down onto the ground there. Beautiful work. Let's start to bring in some heel lifts. Let's press right onto the toes, lift the heels up, and then bring them back down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale down. Breathe in. Breath up. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2 more times here. And then coming down to your last one, stay, hold, pause right here, right onto all 10 toes. Feel all 10 toes lift up, maybe even pressing a little bit more as you get that nice lift in your body. Breathe. Belly draws in. Lengthen, lift, exhale, slowly bring it down. Good. Walk your feet out a little bit there. Pitter patter them. Nice job. Now let's start to move our chair out of the way for a second. And you can always bring it back if you need the little bit of support into your poses. But we're going to move to a long edge. So just facing where it feels the best for you. If you're on a mat, we're going to come to a long edge of the mat. Heel toe your feet out or walk your feet out as wide as you can. Nice. Hands onto the hips, shoulders back. And let's start to turn our left toes to point to the left side of the room. Lunge into the left knee, over the left ankle, heel toe that right foot out if you need a little more space. And we're going to come right into our warrior two. Arms can come out side to side. They don't have to. They can always stay on the hips. Knee pointing towards the toes. So they're not caving inward. It's pointing right down to the toes there. And then the knee is going to go over the ankle or working towards it. Good. Now let's take those arms, get them nice and strong. If you do have them out, just roll the shoulders back, open the chest to the front part of the room. Breathe. Press into your feet. Feel the strength in the front part of the body, right down to the legs. Good. Take a breath here. Exhale. So we're going to come back into that same type of movement that we were doing in Warrior One, but we're going to bring it into our Warrior Two. We're going to take our arms all the way up, take the bend out of our left knee. Exhale, come all the way back down. Nice. Inhale, reach up as far as you can. Exhale, right back, lunge. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Full deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, we're going to find one more. Good. Now bring it back to your Warrior Two. You're going to take that bend out of your left knee. Bring your hands onto your hips. Maybe even bring your right foot in a little bit if you feel you need the space in your right hip there. Good. Now, maybe you're going to grab for your block. Maybe you grab for your chair and place it right beside your left foot. We're going to place our hand right on that block or the chair. And if you don't have anything at all, that's okay. You're going to place your hand gently onto your left leg. Okay, so any of those three options, and then we're going to bring our right hand onto our hip. Good. Now you see that we want to open the space here. So you want to make sure you lengthen through the torso. We're not going down too far. You want to keep it up so that we have nice space in the sides of the body, especially the left side. Now, once you have that hand on the hip, you can stay here, take a breath in, press down into that left heel, breathe. It's our triangle pose here. Now, if you're feeling okay, you can bring that right arm all the way up. Good. Lengthen through the side of the body. And if you are craving some movement, I'm going to show you some movement here. This is just an option. You can start to bring that right arm down and circle it all the way around. Nice and slow. A little bit of mobility into the right shoulder. Now, you don't have to do this. You can always just keep the hand on the hip. Just working our way, flossing out through that right shoulder. Good. If you're doing this circular movement with your shoulder here, we're going to do one more. Find one more round. And then just end it off with bringing your right hand back onto that hip. Beautiful job. Press into your feet. Rise all the way up with control. Bring both hands onto the hip. Maybe move that block out of the way so it's not in our way as we turn our left toes back to the front of the room. Nice job. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to face the back part of our mat now. We're going to start to turn our right toes, face them to the short end of the mat or to the right side of the room. Lunge into that right knee, back into your Warrior Two, arms out side to side if you choose to. You can always keep them on the hips. Now, a little alignment work, make sure that your right knee is pointing towards the right toes, right knee over the right ankle, or working towards it. Shoulders over the hips. And then the front body facing towards the long edge of the mat, the front of the room. Breathe, shoulders back, open the chest forward, even if your hands are on the hips. Take a couple of breaths here. Settle into the hips, feel that lunge into that right knee. Good. Now, if you are okay just staying here, please do so. Work on your Warrior Two. If you like a little bit more, let's bring some movement into your body. Inhale, start to reach, strain everything up. Exhale, right back down to our Warrior Two. Inhale to lift, lengthen. Exhale, lunge. Breathe in. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're going to do one more time right here. In through the nose. Take that big breath in. Exhale. Settle right back down. Warrior two. Open the shoulders back. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Let's bring our hands back onto your hips. Take the bend out of your right knee, heel toe, or walk that left foot in a little bit if you need the space into your right hip. And we're going to move right back into the triangle pose. So if you need that block or chair or ottoman, place it to the inside of your right foot. We're going to bring our right hand down onto the block or whatever you're using, or hand onto the leg softly, left hand on the left hip. Now, this is a great place to just stay right here. You can stay, feel the torso lengthen in the sides of the body. Maybe bring your gaze up if it's okay for your neck, or keeping it neutral, long neck, head to the front of the mat there. Good. Now, maybe you take that left arm up. Maybe you stay here, find that lengthening and space across the body. Or maybe we start to bring a little circular motion into our shoulder. Reach that left arm back, circle it around. And this is just an option. You can always just keep that left arm at a place that feels good for you. Keep breathing wherever you're at. We're going to take one more breath here. Exhale. Good. And let's start to bring our left hand back onto the hip if you are circling that shoulder out. And then start to press into your feet. Rise back up nice and slow. Hands on both hips. Turn the right toes. Move that block out of your way or any furniture out of the way. Hands back onto the hips. Toes are facing the long edge of the mat or to the front of the room. And let's do a little wide-legged forward fold. Hands onto the hips, shoulders back. Exhale, hinge and fold all the way down towards the ground or the mat. Now, you can also bring your blocks right underneath, place your hands on there, or you can bring your chair right in front of you. A gentle bend into the knees as you find your wide-legged forward fold. You can even, if you have your chair, turn your chair to the seat part and place your hands there if you feel you have a little more flexibility into your hips. Good. Let's take a few breaths here as you allow your body, your upper body, to relax. Good. In through the nose. One more breath in. Big belly breath in. Exhale, big belly breath out. And wherever your hands are, press into the blocks, the floor, the chair, and just walk your feet back in a comfortable distance. And then start to bring your hands onto your hips, bend into your knees, and rise all the way back up. Shoulders back, arms alongside you. Relax your arms down. Take a breath in. Exhale. Really nice, everybody. Now let's come back to the chair portion of our class now. So we're going to bring our chairs back into the practice. Sit back onto your chair or the mat. You can cross your legs extend in front of you, or just seated in your chair right now. Shoulders back, belly draws in, lengthen through the spine. We're just going to take a second here, just settling back into a seated position of your choice. And let's get into some seated poses here. Let's move right into some cat-cow. So even if you're seated on your mat, you can still do this. Hands on top of your legs. And we're going to move right into your cow pose. Inhale to open up the chest, belly forward, gaze a little higher. Exhale right into your cat pose. Belly draws in, shoulders forward, chin is connected to your chest there. Relax your head. Good. We're going to do that 5 more rounds. Inhale to open up the space in the front body. Exhale, round. Finding that arch in the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Good. 2 more. Breathe in. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Good. Start to come back to center. Roll the shoulders back over the hips. And let's take a little twist into the spine there as well. We're going to take our arms all the way up. Fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, twist over to the right. Send those hands down along the chair or the side of your body. Inhale, we're going to bring it back up. Reset the spine. Exhale, over to the left. Let's keep this moving. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Full breath in. Move with breath. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift up. And then let's twist and stay. Pause right here in your twist, whichever side you've landed on. It doesn't matter. And just stay. Breathe. Sit up a little taller. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, unwind the body, come back to center, reach the arms all the way back up, reset. Exhale over to the opposite side, and then pause right here, a few breaths here. Hold. Feel the spine. Feel the twist. Breathe into both lungs. One more breath in. Exhale, come all the way back to center. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Let's bring both hands onto our low back. Good. And just place them onto your low back. And we're just going to open up the space here, almost like a cow pose. Shoulders back. Shoulder blades drawn in slightly together. Elbows hug in towards each other. Breathe. A little bit of a sitting back bend here. Good, and start to come all the way back to center. Release your arms back alongside you, and just let your humble your chin a little bit here and just relax. Breathe. Exhale. Great job. Let's draw the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace the fingers on top of the leg or behind the leg, and let's just circle our ankle out a little bit here. One way, then the other. Point, flex the toes. Good. Now hug the leg in a little bit more and just relax your head down. Down towards the right knee. As close as you can get it. If this doesn't work for you, you can always keep the leg down and just rest the head down. Good. Rise back up and let's draw that knee and cross your leg over to create a figure 4. Now you can create this figure 4 here, or you can draw that right knee all the way down and so that the thigh is hitting over the thigh, or you can just cross at the ankles. up to you, and then see where you like to take your version of figure four today. Either seated upright or you can fold down with your arms over your legs. Good. On your next inhale, tuck your chin in and start to rise all the way back up. Beautiful. Release that right foot all the way back down towards the ground. And let's try the same thing on the other side. Draw that left knee in, grab hold of it where it feels the best. Sit up nice and tall and start to find a little movement into the ankle. Circling it one way, then the other, pointing, flexing the foot. Good. And now, same thing here. We're just going to hug that left knee in a little closer to us, as close as it can get, and then relax your head down towards the leg. And if it doesn't work for you, you can always relax the left foot down. Good. Gently lift up. And then let's pick up that left knee, cross it over to where it fits for you in your figure four version. And then just sitting upright, if you're already feeling that nice stretch into your leg, and if you like a little bit more, you fold over your legs, arms on top of the legs. Just finding a couple of breaths here, starting to allow the body to slow down a little bit. Good. Start to tuck your chin in towards your chest, rise back up, bring that left foot back onto the mat, and just a little heel lift here as we press into the toes, lift the heels up, and maybe a combination of both. Lift the heels up and then press into the heels, lift the toes up. So heels up and then toes up. Good. And just move a little movement into the tops of the feet there. Great job. Beautiful. Let's come back to center and let's take a nice fold over our legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Whether your legs are together, you have a little space between them, let go for a second. Breathe. Good. Gently tuck your chin in, press into your feet, rise all the way back up, shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale. Very nice. Let's come to our final moments in our practice. We're gonna find a space on our in our room here, where it feels good for you. Whether you're going to lie down, maybe taking your chair and bring your legs on top, maybe just seated on your chair, finding that length in your spine. I'll start to find a little bit of rest in your muscles as you relax your feet down, legs down, shoulders roll back and relax right down to the shoulder blades. Belly relaxes, arms, hands, fingertips soften. Maybe starting to close your eyes, feeling that softness along the jaw. And let's take a big breath in together as a group. We're gonna inhale, fill up the lungs. Send the belly forward or up, wherever you have landed in your practice. Exhale, sigh it all out. Beautiful. And let's start to breathe and bring in a breathing exercise into our body. We're going to breathe in for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Counting 2 counts in your head. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's lengthen it even more. Inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go even longer for the last time. Inhale to counts of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just hold that breath right there for a second. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And start to come back to that natural rhythm in your breath. In through the nose. Exhale. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. And start to bring a little movement back into your body. A little wiggle in the fingers, a little wiggle in toes. Start to come back into your space. Open your eyes. You had them closed. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining me in your practice today. Have yourself a wonderful week. Namaste.
Thank you, Judy. You have a nice
You're
week as
very
well.
welcome.
you,
You
Judy.
too.
Bye
Thank
now.
you,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye. Thank you very much. Have a
Bye.
nice
You're
weekend.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.